So we just made it through round number 2 of the 2018 U.S. Open Cup, America's historic open access club soccer competition. A great tournament that's finally starting to get a little bit of exposure, and our U.S. Soccer Federation is finally starting to actually care about it and promote it a little bit. We still have a long way to go, but at least we're starting to move in the right direction. And in this round 2 here, you have our USL League, which is currently our second tier officially, playing against a lot of teams below them, amateur sides. Maybe some are slightly semi-professional part-time players, but for the most part, it was kind of the pros against the Joes, the amateurs against the fully fledged professional paid outlets or clubs. And it's interesting to see just how deep American soccer talent goes, how much, untapped talent we have here in American soccer. You look at these amateur semi-professional teams, whether it's the PDL, which is kind of a college summer league, so it's players who will maybe eventually move on to USL or MLS, or NPSL teams, which are more college summer players, and then some maybe senior players beyond college years who couldn't quite make it at the higher pro levels. Also the UPSL, which is another league similar to NPSL. It's nationwide and fills that kind of Division 4 NPSL void. And what you're seeing is that there is not a big gap in talent between MLS, USL, our Division 1 and 2, and then everyone else below, the amateur ranks. The only difference you see is the fitness levels, and that, of course, is a huge determining factor in soccer, especially one-off cup matches like this. If you have a team of fully fledged pros who do this for a living, who train all week and can have extremely high fitness levels, versus guys who work other jobs full time and do this on the side, you see the skill level is not much different, but the overall fitness levels of the USL professionals or the MLS professionals ends up kind of winning the day, even though you did see I think it was 7 total amateur upsets over these pro USL side, which is a great number for the amateur ranks of US soccer, or basically everybody else outside of MLS, and it's kind of affiliate league USL. And again, the Cup is a great foretaste of the massive potential of American soccer. The cool stories, and we see small microcosms of what we could be with these amateur teams knocking off pros. Hopefully we'll see some more upsets going forward here into the spring and summer into the Cup. But it's just a little taste of the cool storylines that we could see in American soccer under an open system, and not just a few cool storylines, but we could see many, many storylines, given the fact that we have tons of players and thousands of clubs here in American soccer that are ready to build senior teams under open system promotion relegation conditions. And it's just amazing what a diverse, massive pool of player talent we have in all these little pockets of the country, tons of major metro areas in the nation. You're looking at dozens of huge metropolitan areas that have tons of great talent from all over the world. Each of these major metro areas, 30 plus metro areas in America, could host, under an open system, could host at least 5 Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, upper tier clubs, even a couple of global super clubs. We are the size of Europe in geography, and our population dwarfs many great soccer nations around the world. 330 million people in America, over 30 ethnic groups with populations exceeding 1 million people. That's crazy. And then, of course, We've got an estimated 24 million soccer players, which is absolutely astounding. So we've got all the ingredients, and it's just frustrating to see all of this potential wasted. We get this tiny, tiny taste, 5% of our potential. Everything great in American soccer is done despite our bad, toxic, closed system policy, giving one single club or company exclusive control of the top of the USA Soccer ecosystem, our Division I sanction, and MLS's monopoly position in it. How much longer are we going to do the same old, tired method of U.S. sports-style soccer before we finally wise up and look at the rest of the free soccer world and say, this is what we are missing. We are not running on the same foundation. We aren't using the same template as great soccer nations around the world. We wonder why we fall short year after year, and the cycle is going to keep going. We will continue every year, every 4 years. We're going to look at MLS. We're going to look at the U.S. national team, and maybe even soon the women's side as well, the women's national team, as the rest of the world catches up. And we're going to say, why are we stagnating? Why are we not catching up with the world's best countries? You know, we've had this excuse of, soccer is new here. Well, we've dispelled that myth because actually soccer has been here for over a century, but even this newly concocted myth of soccer wasn't here before MLS, that is basically running out now. MLS will soon reach the 3-decade mark. So how much longer do they get with this exclusive monopoly, these training wheels, before they have to start producing results, or this U.S. sports model for soccer as a whole? So it really comes down to the people of American soccer. That's it. Our current U.S. soccer governing federation is operating and acting in the interests of the MLS company and its marketing arm, Soccer United Marketing. Full stop. That's what we've come to as an American soccer nation. So it's time for us, the people of America, to rise up and hold our U.S. Soccer Governing Federation accountable to finally do its job, align American soccer with merit-based promotion, relegation, FIFA rules, and also to just govern with the interests of all American soccer constituents in mind, which means a 100% open market so that anyone can come together, create a club in the American soccer industry, and win their way up the ladder to the pinnacle of the ecosystem. It's that simple. 100% open or nothing. There's no compromise in between. That's what we fight for. That's what we want. We will get there eventually. It's just a matter of time. But I'm not going to sit around and wait 5 more decades for this to happen. I want this to happen within the next decade. So if we're ambitious and we keep speaking up, stay persistent, this change will happen. We will reach a critical mass to where the system will break wide open. It's up to the U.S. Soccer Governing Federation, or we need to form a new USA Soccer Governing Federation and get FIFA's sanctioning for that, or we need the U.S. government to step in, or FIFA to step in. One of those 4 routes will do, and it's up to us, the people, to build up the public pressure to a critical mass in order for the change to happen. So let's align USA Soccer with the rest of the free world. It's the only way forward for American soccer. So if you like this video, make sure to share it out all across your social media channels, and also subscribe right here to my YouTube channel, and I will talk to you soon.